What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick Raven coming at you with another one. And on this one, we've got an excused juror from the hush money trial with President Trump. She's saying that everybody there's got prior opinions. We're gonna get into it though. If you would please do that social media thing for me, like, share, comment, subscribe. Down below. Really appreciate it. Helps out the algorithm, all that good stuff. And here we go. It says the juror Kara McGee spoke to the media after she was excused. A juror who was excused from serving on the Manhattan trial of former President Donald Trump provided details about the questions potential jurors were asked. Kara McGee told media outlets outside the courtroom on Tuesday that she was dismissed, but said she believes she could be impartial, adding still that it would be very difficult for anyone really in this country to not come to this without prior opinions. And that's the problem. Can someone like President Trump get a fair trial? Can someone really say that they're going to be objective, when it's him? I can tell you right now, I probably wouldn't be objective. I couldn't. I know too much about what he's done, what he hasn't done. So I would definitely be excused. But that's the thing, dude, that you're going to Manhattan right now, right? And you're gonna have people there that for sure are gonna be lying to get on the juror stand. They just want to serve so that they can railroad this guy. And I've been saying this: they're gonna railroad President Trump, dude. It's Manhattan. It's between California and New York. Which one's worse for a conservative? Even though, again, President Trump isn't as conservative as they make him out to be, but whatever. It says we all have prior opinions on the defendant unless you've been living in a card box. I guess she means cardboard box. She said, adding that she was excused because of her job in the cybersecurity sector. Regarding her personal feelings on President Trump, the woman said, "I'm not a fan. The main reason why," she said, "is because of how she believed he handled the COVID-19 pandemic response." But Ms. McGee provided some insight on the questions that were asked of the jurors. One of which is, do you have opinions about the ability for a former sitting president to be tried in a court of law? Which I think the way people answered that showed how they felt about the case, she said. The other one was, do you have any opinions about legal limits for campaign finance donation amounts? Which I believe was another one that was kind of meant to gauge feelings about the particular case, she's added. Excuse me. As of Wednesday morning, 7 jurors have been selected with 5 more slots remaining. The judge has indicated that he will choose about 6 extra jurors to serve as backups. Okay, so 18 people. That's normal. That's normal. You gotta have your alternates there that gotta listen to the whole case, and then eventually, well, some courtrooms, they already know who's gonna be on the jury, the actual jury, as long as nobody gets excused in the middle of the trial. They know that right from the get. Some choose it at the end. I've seen them both. Like in the Murtaugh case, I think the Alex Murtaugh case, they picked it at the right at the end of the proceedings. So every courtroom is different. Responding to the jury selection process, President Trump wrote on Wednesday, "I thought strikes were supposed to be unlimited when we were picking our jury. It should be. I was then told we only had 10, not nearly enough when we were purposely given the second worst venue in the country. Don't worry, we have the first worst also," as the witch hunt continues. Yeah, they're gonna railroad this poor man, dude. The former president is on trial for allegedly falsifying payments that were made during the 2016 campaign meant to bury potentially negative stories about him. Prosecutors say that he delivered $130,000 to former lawyer Michael Cohen to deal with a story about an alleged affair with adult actress Stormy Daniels, whose real name is Stephanie Clifford, which the former president has denied. Excuse me. In court papers, President Trump's lawyers have argued that the payments were legitimate expenses. He's pleaded not guilty to the charges, which are felonies, and said it's an attempt to denigrate his 2024 presidential chances. I agree with him. I think he's right. Before entering the court on Tuesday, President Trump described the judge Juan Merchan as a Trump-hating official who shouldn't be on this case. He's right about that too. Earlier, he said the judge is conflicted because his daughter works as a consultant for the Democratic Party and has had high-profile clients, including Vice President Kamala Harris. You would think that that would be enough, but two-tier justice system, man. Two-tier justice system. It's a trial that is being looked upon and looked at all over the world. They're looking at analyzing it. Every legal pundit, every legal scholar said this trial is a disgrace, the former president added. See, here's the thing, you guys. This every single trial that happens creates a precedent after it's over, for trials that are going to come in the future. And this right here is setting a really nasty precedent. It's setting a nasty precedent that apparently if you're not if you're right of center, you're screwed, you know. And the reality is that conservatives have been fighting so long to be objective that when leftists do something wrong, they just kind of slap them on the wrist and let it go like that. Meanwhile, leftists fabricate bullshit, and then when it comes time to just say the slap on the wrist, because honestly, this is all bullshit. People are saying that they don't even know how it's a felony right now. At most, it's a misdemeanor, but they're making it a felony, and we don't know how. But it's. I'm telling you, man, two-tier justice system. The judge has refused to recuse himself on the case. Of course he has. On Monday, Judge Merchan said he wouldn't recuse himself and added that the matter will not be considered again until an appeals court renders a decision. Jeez. Also Monday, Judge Merchan told President Trump that he has to show up in court every day it's in session, adding that there will be an arrest if he doesn't. What a piece of shit. It means that the former president will not be able to hold many campaign events, including in many key battleground states for the next several weeks. And then you're going to tell me this isn't election interference. This is crazy. The former president visited a New York City bodega where a man was stabbed to death, with the aide saying he chose the store because it had been the site of a violent attack on an employee, a case that resulted in public criticism for the Democratic District Attorney Alvin Bragg now prosecuting him. Yeah. The visit was President Trump's first campaign appearance since his criminal hush money trial began, making the presumptive GOP nominee the first former president in U.S. history to stand criminal trial. They want law and order. Every week they're being robbed, the former president said of businesses in New York as he tried to compare his prosecution with what happens on New York streets. You know where the crime is? It's in the bodegas. Papito Trump is coming, yeah, said one passerby ahead of the former president's arrival. Another woman who spoke to the Associated Press said that the former president speaks the truth, making reference to illegal immigration. I think that he will make a difference, she added. I love this city, the former president told reporters after he emerged from the store. We're going to straighten New York out. President Trump, I hope they don't railroad you. I think they're going to. And I don't know how we're going to be able to get any justice in this country if a former president who just so happens to be a billionaire can't get justice. I'll leave you guys with that. Stay safe. Stay based.